Welcome back. As you see, we got our first guest here, head coach of Salisbury University, my favorite university, Coach Sherman Wood. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, you are entering your 17th season.
Wow.
All-time winningest coach in program history, 6 NCAA tournament appearances, 2 ACFC championships, 2 Empire 8 championships, 4 ECAC Bowl championships.
We're going to keep going.
And the rings to prove it.
Yeah, hey.
Coach, how are you still doing it? How are you still going so strong, man?
Well, the first word is consistency. You know, we definitely want to have that type of program. Everything I've done all my life has been pretty consistent, and that's what it's all about. So obviously our staff has a lot to do with it. We have a staff that's been together for 16 years.
Yep.
We've had staff members who had other job opportunities and but decided to stay. So I think obviously recruiting plays a big role.
Yeah.
You know, we recruit from good quality programs, nice, outstanding high schools, and those high schools, they build on the Little League, youth league programs. So consistency is pretty important to us.
Awesome. Well, consistency, speaking of that, you guys do have a lot of returning players we've been talking about. Your guys' offense is stacked this year.
Yeah.
We're going to start back with the quarterback who orchestrates that offense, John Dunbar. You have him returning for his senior season. That is huge to not have to replace your starting quarterback. So how excited are you to not have to fill that role and have him back?
Well, very excited. Obviously, John has been with us obviously the last 4 years, and since high school, he has been someone that we've been sought after for quite some time. He's a good-sized kid. He's about 6'2", 200 pounds. He can run. He's athletic. He can throw.
He can run.
He's pretty good. And we do have another kid, Ryan Jones. You know, he's been back. Actually, Ryan finished up the season for us. Did a great job for us to help win that bowl game. But John is excited. I mean, he's one of those enthusiastic type of person. So he'll be ready to go, and we're real excited about that offensive power.
Coach, you got some offensive power. You got a young defense last year. They gave up almost 30 points a game. You guys averaged almost 32 points a game. But a lot of guys coming back on that defense, you know, so how optimistic are you that these guys can kind of turn that around and kind of get that number lowered?
The biggest key defensively is confidence. You know, we had quite a few young guys, especially in the secondary. And we came off a great win against Christopher Newport, who ended up going to the national playoffs. And then we played Wesley. And then I can tell you, that's when our eyes opened up a little bit. But our young guys, they had a chance to go through growing pains, so to speak. But what we're trying to do is make sure they stay positive. You know, just keep them going. They definitely are doing a great job thus far. I think that experience is going to help them. But obviously, they're excited, they're energetic, they're ready to go. You know, we'll see what happens.
Speaking of people coming back from last year, obviously the special teams is a crucial part of the game. It's where games, I think, sometimes can be won and lost. So you guys did lose a couple of guys. I'm talking about Kyle Hamby and Ryan Kolb. So
Kolb is back.
Kolb is back.
Kolb is back.
Okay, so
he is back, and he's going to be better than ever. You'll get your first dose of him this year.
I cannot wait to actually
It's going to be awesome. Lost Hamby, though.
Lost Hamby. So what do you think that the special teams you guys are going to be looking to do?
I'm so glad you asked that question because I am the special teams coordinator, and that's very important to have the head coach in charge of special teams because now all of the team will pay close attention to it because sometimes in some programs, special teams like a water break. You know, you go offense, defense, and then all of a sudden, all right, we're going to kickoff team. They don't want to go to the water jug. But in our case, everyone pays attention. It's very important, and you're right. You win or lose ball games on special teams. We have a kid, a young punter that's had a year to spend with Kyle Hamby, Tim Steindl. And Tim, he did. He spent the whole year with Kyle. And, you know, to be with an All-American all year, to understand what it takes to be successful, that's a big plus for us. So Tim has done a great job thus far in camp, and we're real excited about that. We have a great kid returning, Isaiah Taylor, who did not play last year. He was an all-conference player. He's back as a returner. He's back as our starting receiver. So we feel real good. The kids are real excited about special teams, and we keep it that way. You know, we play games a little bit to try to keep them going.
Coach, I'll tell you what I'm excited about is this loaded backfield that you bringing back with some local guys. Jerome Johnson from Cape Henlopen, over 800 yards rushing last year, 8 touchdowns. Also Aaron Moore from Indian River High School, another local kid, 15 touchdowns last year. And you bring these guys back. With John Dunbar, I mean, that's got to be exciting just to even think about the possibilities.
I tell you what, I don't know any program that has the backfield we have with those guys. I mean, you're talking, like you said, Jerome Johnson. I mean, not only can he run the football, but he can catch the football. He's quick, he's fast, he's a returner. Aaron Moore is probably a 4.4 kid. Yep. He can run a 4.4 40. I mean, once he gets in the open, he's pretty fast. Yeah. No doubt about it. Then you have Ryan Cole. That's a tremendous triple threat right there. And Ryan also does some punt return as well. And then you have Dunbar. So I honestly, I just don't know where you can get a group of guys at one time that possibly they can be in the game at one time. That's anyone better than those guys in the country.
It's incredible. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think that obviously going into next year, what are you guys going to have to do to get back into the playoffs?
No question. I mean, you know, it's so funny because I look back in the records, and it seems like every 3 years, you know, we tend to get into the playoffs. So this is our 3rd year. Okay. You know, so and then sometimes when you get to that 3rd year, we get 1, 2, 3 in a row. And then you have, and I think a lot of that had to do with youth. I think it has a lot to do with that and their talent level and so forth. But knowing that we do have a nucleus of group of guys coming back, I think that's going to help us. I think we have a group of guys that's hungry, they're ready to go. And we throw tradition out there a lot. You know, the guys from the past. You say, hey, you know, these guys are paying attention to you. They've been in the playoff. They're ready to go. But I think we're really close as a unit. Our team, those guys are really, really close, and I'm real proud of the guys. But, yeah, I'm looking at that every 3-year type process. So this is the year. Well, we want to get back in there.
Well, we hope this is your year. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We expect big things. We cannot wait to get out there on those sidelines. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Do not go anywhere, guys. When we return, Wesley head coach Mike Drash joins us. We're going right up Route 13 with it. Don't go anywhere. DSI returns in a second.